Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's theRealKaaayle here, back with some Mortal Kombat 11 content. And, it's Sunday today. So, last day of the week. And I like to end my Sundays with a discussion video. I don't really like playing the game so much on Sunday. I like doing other things. So today, it's kind of weird making a video on this, granted, given how YouTube runs things with Mortal Kombat, but I've always kind of wanted to make a video discussing what I feel about this, the crushing blows in Mortal Kombat 11, what I think about it. So, I personally think the crushing blows, in my opinion, is the best mechanic in MK11, the best mechanic. Not only does it add to the gameplay and the variety, it adds layers to both offense and defense, and a lot of player choice. They just look cool as shit. I think the crushing blow system is just so good. It's such a good idea that this might be a staple for Mortal Kombat games going forward. You know how the X-rays or like the super moves, like the way bar works, it's when they introduce like the way like bars work in MK9 to enhance moves. I think that was like the big thing to extend combos in MK9. I think crushing blows was like the big thing in this game. This was like the biggest mass appeal thing in MK11 in my opinion, because they look cool, they just look breathtaking, soul shattering, they just look stomach churning. It looks great, they look honest, and that's one of the favorite things that I like to see in the character trailers when they reveal a new character. Like, what crushing blows do they have? They're just like looking at them, they just look amazing. I know, like, when YouTubers upload MK11 on their channel, they have to filter them out, unfortunately, because the way YouTube works. But when you play this game on your display, you have a good display, it looks amazing. It adds to the game, really, it really does. But I do have a few gripes with the system. It is not perfect. The gripes I have are mainly gameplay focused. And it really bounces from character to character, because obviously characters have different crushing blows and different requirements. So yeah, let's talk about that. I'm going to show you guys some examples of what I mean. So before I get into what I really just don't like about the crushing blows, I'm gonna go over a few things that I like. So I like the fact that the crushing blows just add to just player choice in both offense and defense. It adds to that mind game, and I feel like making reads and developing strategy based on what you have and based on what your opponent has and matchup knowledge is really what makes fighting games work. It defines a meta, it defines a strategy. So it's not just players pressing buttons. So like if for example, I'm playing Jackie a lot on the channel. One of her biggest crushing blows is the elbow drop crushing blow in the clinch. So once you load it up with the knees and the suplex, you have the crushing blow loaded, correct? But so now that you have the crushing blow loaded, you don't have to use it immediately. You can use it based on what's going on in the match. So I like to use the elbow drop crushing blow based on two things. If it's the last round in the game and the opponent is near death, or if the opponent has no meter to break away. And I like having that option, and it creates that mind game for the opponent as well. And I like that we have the choice to do that or not. It's same thing with characters like Baraka. Baraka has the big damage crushing blow if he uses his gutted attack. You as the opponent who's getting comboed by that, you want to like, okay, do I break away now to just so I avoid it altogether, or do I just let him use it and just get out the way and not have to worry about it for the rest of the match? Stuff like that. I like that there's different choices that the player can make using it with the crushing blows, and that adds to the offense and defense of the game. Alright, so let me show you guys some examples. And these are two characters. I feel like Garrus is one of the characters that definitely has some of the most devastating crushing blows. I mean, before the patch it was certainly worse, but his crushing blows are ridiculous. So let me just show you guys for a second. So let me just show you guys just quick. I have easy crushing blows on, right? If the third move of that, if the overhead of that connects, you get a crushing blow. And look how much damage it does. Just if the third one connects. That is 34% just for that. And you know Garrus has this low to come into play. Which also crushing blows as well. I have easy crushing blows on. And that does so much damage. So now, imagine if Garrus has both of these crushing blows loaded up. You're gonna, and he's putting you in this situation where you have to guess overhead or low. I know in the recent patch they made it a lot easier to react to the overhead. And this is, you know, this move itself is pretty punishable. But imagine if Garrus has both of these loaded up. This is a situation you don't want to be in. And I feel like 30% is just way too much. That is literally a combo. There are some characters who can't even get that kind of damage in a combo, but he's getting it just off of a few inputs off of a crushing blow. I think that's a bit ridiculous, if you ask me. Like, that's just so much damage. I just think overall, my biggest problem with the crushing blow system in this game is that some characters just get rewarded so much damage for literally nothing, and I think that's just unfair. So let me just switch to Cassie real quick and just do a crushing blow. Okay, I'm using one of her. I'm just going to show you with one of her. I think this is a decent crushing blow. If the last hit on this maneuver connects, it crushes, and it does 24%, which is okay. I think compared to Garrus, that's really nothing. But yeah, it's just how weird how Garrus is the other crushing blow if the third hit connects, and that's a mix-up as well. This is not a mix-up. This all you have to do is duck high to avoid this, and it only does 24%. But Garrus, he gets 34%. I think that's a little bit of unbalance right there. This crushing blow with Cassie on regular counter hit does 26%, and for a mix-up, you know, you just guess wrong, Garrus gets 34. I think that's pretty ridiculous. And let's show you some other characters that kind of like compare to Cassie, who have like you know, a similar crushing blow requirement like that other crushing blow that I just showed you, the forward 2 1+3. Let's show you something similar. Another character has something similar. So right here we have, I switched to Baraka because he has a pretty, you know, easy to land crushing blow maneuver, and that's his forward 4/4, the doom kicks, and when you land it, it only does like 16% and that's, to me, I feel like a lot of the crushing blows, like the counter hit crushing blows, depending on what it is, I get it's probably this low because this is like a very like normal move that Baraka is going to be using in his tool set. But you know, that does 16%. In the beta that did 24%, and I'm glad that they nerfed that. But 16%, I feel like that's 16-20% should be like around the range where I think a lot of these counter hit crushing blows should do. I get it that, you know, you're trying to, you know, punish people for pressing buttons, pressing buttons when you're not supposed to, and I kind of like that. I like the idea that, you know, if you have a character who has a move that can just, you know, sap the opponent's life points and punish them for, you know, pressing too many buttons, I like that. But you know, Cassie has one that does 26-27%, while Baraka has one that does only 16%. And Baraka, let's see how minus he is on block off of that move. Doom kicks is only -7, so it's not safe, but I don't think anybody's really punishing this unless you have a 6-frame down 1. So only very few characters can punish it. Meanwhile, let's see how much Cassie's own is. Cassie is plus on that. She's at advantage. There's a decent amount of pushback on it, but she's plus. She can go for forward 4 after that, or jump, or go for it again, because the startup of that first move is 10 frames. So that makes it 9 frames. It's a high, but you know, she can do something else after that. She has the right to do something else after that. So that's pretty, see, like that's, I feel like there's a little bit of imbalance with like crushing blows and the damage. So next I'm going to talk about the next thing that I really don't like about crushing blows, and I'll show you that in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so I think I know where you guys are going with just showing Liu Kang on the screen right now. and that is throw crushing blows. Now, I like the idea of throws having crushing blows, just simply because I think it looks cool. It looks cool that, you know, we have like more, you could get crushing blows off for throws, and some throws look really brutal in this game. So I like the fact that throws can crush and blow. But the requirement for throw crushing blows, I think, is ridiculous. So a character like Liu Kang, who has throw crushing blows on both sides, so he can get a throw crushing blow from his forward throw or a throw crushing blow from his back throw, and his close range game up close is just a straight up mind game. So not only are you gonna have to be worried about his forward 4, you're not only gonna have to worry about his back 1, his down 1, his 1-2, his +3. What else do you have to worry about him? His fireballs, the parry. Combining that with his throw crushing blow game, you're bound to guess wrong when he goes for a throw. You're bound to guess wrong. It's very difficult. And guessing, sometimes you might just want to neutral duck him just to, you know, avoid the throws altogether. But he has mids. He has fast mids that can clip you if you guess wrong on the grab. So having throw crushing blows forward and back is just ridiculous, and they do a lot of damage too. Let's see how much they do. Look at that, 31%. Let's see the back throw one. 20, 30, the same damage, 31%, 31%. So throws in itself do 14%, right? Now a throw crushing blow does nearly double the damage if you guess wrong and they have it loaded. And Liu Kang has them forward and backwards, so now he doesn't have to worry about what positioning he's giving up. He could just go for one. And correct me if I'm wrong, and I swear to God this has happened to me fighting Liu Kang at least once or twice. Both throw crushing blows have landed in a game against me. So the opponent, you know, if you land 2 of those in a game, that's 62% of your opponent's life lost down to throws, and you'd have to guess throw text attempts twice. And it's not hard to guess wrong. You have a 50-50 chance of guessing right and guessing wrong. And so that means I had lost definitely around, let's say, over 80% of my life bar just from throws in that match. That is a lot. And Liu Kang is not the only character that has throw crushing blows. You have Frost, who has one, Baraka, Kodo Khan, Scarlet, Nightwolf, and now the new DLC character Sindel is gonna have one. And that's why a lot of people in their videos, when they were doing the breakdown for her, they were like, wow, she has throw crushing blows forward and backward, because that is very strong. So my opinion for this is just nerf the damage, just lower the damage these throw crushing blows do. I don't think throw crushing blows should do 30%. That is a whole combo. I think throw crushing blows should be doing like 20%. I think that is there's too much damage off of that, because just a throw itself is 14%, right? That means you have to guess wrong. A throw has to land on your opponent first place, and then they have to guess wrong, and the next one is 31%. And I just think that is just too much of a coin toss. It's just not good in my opinion. It's just guessing wrong and you die. You know, you lose all your HP. I don't like that. So I'm gonna show you Shang Tsung. So let me just switch to him real quick. Alright, so Shang Tsung here. He does have a throw crushing blow. It's not like Liu Kang where he has forward and back. He has a back throw crushing blow. But his back throw crushing blow is pretty awesome, and I think this is how they should design the throw crushing blows if they want to have them in the game, instead of just being them, oh, you guess wrong, lose 30% of your life bar. So Shang Tsung's throw crushing blow is pretty unique. So it's not just if the opponent guesses incorrectly, he has to do something before. So he has to morph into the opponent, right? And then shortly after he demorphs, his throw crushing blow activates, and he has a decent amount of time. He can get a full combo off of that as well. So I like that. I feel like that's how throw crushing blows should be designed, where the opponent, where the character has to be doing something to trigger it, rather than your opponent have to just guess wrong and you get your throw crushing blow. I think it's just too dependent on your opponent, and it's just luck based. I don't think it's really skill involved at all. I get it. You can predict the way people throw in this game based on, you know, stage positioning. Sometimes people want the corner, sometimes people want to push you away, depending. Some characters, they give up Oki and different positioning with their throws. I get it. You can guess based on that. There are multiple different ways to guess read throws. There are multiple ways to defend against throws in this game, but I just still think it's gonna happen no matter what, because throws are, at the end of the day, attacking a throw is a 50-50. So just the guessing game is it's just not cool to me. Alright, so let's end the video with talking about these last two characters, and they kind of like represent how I feel even more about crushing blows. So my man Johnny, it's kind of hard not to talk about crushing blows when you're talking with Johnny Cage, because in my opinion, I think most people would agree, he has the worst crushing blows in the game. So in Outtake and Shock Jock, the only reliable crushing blow he has is his down 2 crushing blow, because, you know, down crushing blows are universal. They work, you know, just like everything, crushing a high, and you allow him to get pretty big combo damage off of it. But the only other crushing blow that he reliably has, I guess, that can kind of work, I mean, this crushing blow sucks, is his forward 4-3 crushing blow. This crushing blow does a lot of damage, 26%, but I think I've only landed this like about 5 times in my entire lifespan at MK11, because this move is so easy to react to. The minute it's so slow, the opponent literally just has to neutral duck it or just block. I mean, on block you're +7, but who cares, bro? This crushing blow is awful. The rest of Johnny Cage's crushing blows have very, very weird requirements, and I think that's what makes him weaker in the crushing blow department. Honestly, right now in its current state, I don't really think Johnny Cage needs all that much crushing blows, just because of how good he is right now in the current state of the game. But just to illustrate that he has some very weird requirements, so let's see. So the throwing shades, so triggers on the first hit of the match or a move that involves a fatal blow dash cancel. You're not getting this a hit on the first hit of the match. Look how bad this range is. Right? You can definitely get it in a fatal blow combo cancel, but you know, that's a lot of hoops that a character has to go through just to get the crushing blow. And I'm not saying that it's really that difficult. It does take some practice. Even I can't land it consistently, but nobody has a fatal crushing blow requirement unique like this, and it's very rewarding once you land it. Johnny Cage can get like about 40%, 45% unclashable, unbreakable damage, even going up to like 60 in the corner. It's very devastating. It's very rewarding when you land it, because it is a more difficult, more input-based requirement. But the point I'm trying to make here is that some characters just have weird requirements that are difficult to get. But I think in the future, or future updates, or future DLC, or even, you know, the next Mortal Kombat game, I think they should try to find a middle ground, find requirements that, you know, actually are practical and usable for the character, but not, you know, too difficult and too easy. Find that middle ground. And like, let's take a look at this one. Say cheese, triggered on first hit of the match, or if this move is missed 3 or more times in a row. You're not, come on now. Look how punishable this move is. On block, it is -18. On whiff, like, you're just asking to get hit with a projectile or get teleported or just something. Like, you're not just gonna be taking pictures of the opponent mid game, and it's not gonna work. I'm pretty sure the crushing blow works really well. That's pretty good damage. Gets him a lot of damage, but to do something like this 3 times and then go for it is like, that's pretty ridiculous. It gets him a lot of damage, but the requirement isn't very good. And the only reason I have Jax here is because, you know, Jax is a character who's really centered around fatal blows, his combo damage is very poor. So give me a minute to just switch to him real quick. Alright, so I switched to Jax. I just want to show you guys his combo damage is very low, but it makes sense because this character is really based on his crushing blows. This is why you see things like this. This is a crushing blow that heats up, but it builds up over time. So he doesn't just get it instantly. It builds up over time, and he gets rewarded when he does land it. He has to do it quite a few times in a row, and 31% is okay for that. That's fair. His combo damage is pretty low, so like that's a bread and butter Jax combo, I guess. 24%, that's not really doing a lot, you know. And then in the corner, when he heats up his arms, what's the move for it? Is it back forward? The heat missile back. Oh, it's back forward 3. So like, let's say here. Hold on, let me do that again. Try it again. Oh, I have to amplify it. All right, double heat missile. Sorry, I don't play Jax, but yeah, see, like that does 37%, but he has to heat up his arms. He has to do it at a certain point. Yeah, so like I think this is fair. I think a character like this makes sense. His overall combo damage is low, but he has a lot of crushing blows that he can use, and it takes time to build up. It makes perfect sense. Johnny, on the other hand, you know, amazing tools, amazing neutral, good anti-airs, everything, but his crushing blows, and even other characters have those same tools, if not better than Johnny Cage, but his crushing blows are, you know, you have to jump through all kinds of hoops and ladders and go through a whole bunch of stuff just to, you know, trigger them. So that's gonna be it for today, y'all, talking about the crushing blows. Let me know what you guys think about the crushing blow system. Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? What do you think should be added? Do you think some characters have their crushing blow requirements changed or maneuvered or taken away? Just let me know what you guys think about it, and let's engage in this discussion in the comment section. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Stay real. Peace.